Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody.
Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandy. I'm here with my sister, Jody.
Hello.
We have a very special guest who cannot get her shit together. Chris is here. Okay, so it is our 1 year anniversary. We actually posted our first episode on June 1st last year, 2018. So we are celebrating and having a ghouls night out. So we have some champagne. Do you want to open it?
Here,
Okay.
We're going to pop the cork.
Here we go. You're
Got
doing
some
good.
Barefoot bubbly going on here.
And Jody's first time ever opening a champagne bottle.
attempting to open one.
Popping a champagne bottle and popping a cherry at the same time.
What?
It's your first time popping a champagne bottle.
Cherry. And we're twisting. I hope everybody is excited about this first anniversary because I know I am.
Thank you, Chris. And do you have any updates on your house? Has anything happened in your house since last time? Oh, here we go.
Here we go. We're going to pop.
Any day now. We're gonna.
Thank you.
I'll put it up to your microphone.
Oh, sorry.
You hear the bubbles?
Listen.
Ooh, we're pouring. The cat is fascinated by this cork over here.
Okay.
Yay! Happy anniversary!
Woo, cheers!
Happy anniversary, girls.
Cheers, thank you. Ooh, that's
Ooh,
good.
that's good.
Yeah,
Oh, that is good.
good stuff.
I'll have to get some of that.
All right, so what are we going to do? Go through our past episodes and discuss?
Chris, what are we doing?
Okay. So, first I want to say I'm very honored to be here with you girls.
Well, thank you.
I want you to know I've never known what a podcast was. But let me tell you, this is fucking kick-ass.
Well, thank you. We have a great time doing it. We love it.
And we got to keep moving on. And what's the new year going to bring? Lots and lots of viewers. Oh, no, not viewers. Okay, I'm not on TV. I'm on radio. So I can't ask you guys enough. Please, please, please. These girls work so hard and they try to find stuff that's going to keep you interested and keep you going. But we need to write in. It doesn't matter what it is. Just do it. Nobody sees your face. You don't even have to give your name. Just write in.
Yeah, anonymous, we'll take anonymous, no problem. Ghoulsnightoutpodcast@gmail.com. Email us, anything. We'll take it.
Okay, so what I did, I thought to have some fun with you guys, is to recap all your episodes.
Okay.
And though it may not be everybody's favorite, I'm not saying it's my favorite, but I did ask for everybody to write in.
Which Laura did write in. She was really the only person that wrote in her favorite, and her favorite was episode 3, Footsteps on the Window. And that was because we were sharing our personal
Yeah,
stories.
those are personal ones, so.
So we shared our...
She says she wants to hear more personal stuff about us, but
Yeah, Lori
We're
said
boring.
that too on the Twitter. Yeah, we've talked about it before. We
Yeah.
are so boring.
so
Nothing
boring.
happens. That's why we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear your stories so we have something to talk about because, yeah, we go to work and we come home and we make dinner and we
I
go
watch
to bed.
TV a lot.
Yeah, so, yeah, email us. That's what we want. So, yeah.
All right, Chris, what are we doing? Start.
Okay, so The one thing I noticed about you girls is you don't do math.
We do not do math.
Nope, no math.
No geography. No math.
No running.
No running.
Okay, so I thought throughout the podcast we'd sort of make a game between you and Jody
Okay.
and ask questions. So the first one is we don't do math. You guys made that very clear. What other 4 sayings do you say all the time? Now, I was going to keep track for each one, but as you know, my time ran short with so much going on
Sure.
that I couldn't keep track. So I thought, well, let's see what you can come up with. So, Jody, other than we don't do math, what other 4 sayings do you two say all the time?
Don't go in the woods.
Brandy,
We said that a couple times.
not as much as you say these.
I didn't know we had ones that we.
I didn't
That we said
either.
all the time.
The only thing that comes to my mind is Jody says, "Oh, you're pretty," a lot.
Oh my God. Do you not listen to your podcast?
No, we just record them. We don't listen to them.
All right, here's a hint. What did your mother always used to tell you growing up? Oh my God. I think there's a song like that. Oh my God.
I don't know. She used to say a lot.
If you really okay,
Okay,
let's go to the third word, please.
we are failing
If you
miserably.
oh my God, this should seal it. Nothing. If you have nothing.
If you have nothing,
Oh my gosh! You guys said that. Okay, you know what? Forgive them. It's their first anniversary. They're drinking.
I don't think it matters. I still wouldn't know.
If you have nothing nice.
oh, well, yeah. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Out all the time?
Do we really?
You do say that. At least on the few episodes I listen to.
Well, I know I say that to my daughter a lot. But I didn't know we said that on the podcast.
I didn't know we said it more than once.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, so we have if you have nothing nice to say, or I don't do math. There's 3 others.
3. Oh, shit.
we don't do geography. We don't run.
No.
Oh,
What else would be with geography?
history.
Now there's just one more, and this one comes out a lot.
What, stuff that we don't do? We don't
No,
run?
that you say.
Oh, that we say.
Oh. It's the opposite. Well, no, not opposite. It's sort of like stupid.
Ignorant. No.
No.
Say that.
People are.
Idiots.
I know we say what's wrong with people a lot.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people?
Okay, so-
what's people's problems?
No. People are dumb.
Oh, people are dumb. That's
yeah,
very
that's
true.
true.
Yeah. People are dumb.
So I'm really not sure which is the number one because I started to keep track.
Okay.
And it really was a cross between I don't do math and people are dumb.
Hey, we're honest, okay?
That is fantastic.
Sorry. Not sorry.
So the other thing that came up was one of you talked about when you see garbage bags, you think of what?
Dead bodies.
What's in that bag?
Yes.
Is a dead body.
That's at least big enough to hold a leg. For sure.
So when you're driving down the highway and you see a forest preserve, what does anything come across your mind with that?
Forest preserve?
What is that?
or woods. Maybe in
Don't
this
go
neck
in
of the
the
woods,
woods.
it's a woods.
Don't go in the woods. And it's scary. I don't know.
I don't know. I look at the woods and like you look at dead bodies in the bags. Mm-hmm. I look in the woods and I think, oh my God, someone's been murdered in there.
Okay.
The secrets they hold, those trees.
Absolutely. Yes. And hotel rooms.
Oh God.
Apparently, because that's a lot. Especially lately with your states.
Oh, yeah.
It's been all hotels.
yeah.
It's crazy.
So here is a question to you girls. In this episode, we talked about movies, or not we, you two. Sorry.
You're fine. You're part of it. You're.
Oh, I'm part of it tonight. Oh,
yeah, you are.
So you two talked about cursed movies. So there was a cursed movie that had a private jet that canceled last minute. And that jet ended up crashing on the highway, hitting a car that carried the family of the pilot. What movie was it?
That was The Omen.
Oh my God.
I remember that story because that's fucked up.
I know it.
So the one thing I got is, so Brandy, do you really apologize to a bug when you kill it?
I do. I do. Every time I'm like, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Usually I'm just making squeaky noises and looking for my shoe. That's it.
I have on here that I wrote down, hanging green men found in between the walls when remodeling. So that reminded me of the cards in the wall.
Right.
With my ghost, right?
Right? Mm-hmm.
So the little bit touch on that is, now I got a different twist on that. So they said that when you hang cards in the wall, it's the builders to give it good luck.
Oh.
Huh. I've never heard of that before.
No, me neither.
But what builder would put black cards in it?
Black cards?
So you look at black cards are evil. Red cards are
Right.
positive.
I immediately pictured red cards in the wall.
Yeah,
like-
when you say good luck.
Yeah, I did not think of the black cards at all. So black probably I would say
Maybe
would
the
mean
opposite?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not good.
So the other thing was I wrote down episode 1, we didn't have the witty wrap up.
No.
You guys didn't do it.
No.
What episode started
no.
the witty wrap up?
I'm thinking around 8.
Are you fucking cheating?
No.
Did you look at my paper?
No.
Was it episode 8?
fucking
Was it
8.
eight?
Oh my god! I was gonna say something way past that.
There weren't a lot of episodes where we didn't have the witty wrap up.
I didn't realize that though.
But yeah, so
That's funny. You got it.
Jody sat next to me, so I think she's cheating.
I'm not cheating. I'm drinking.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say either way.
I do not cheat.
She doesn't cheat.
I don't cheat.
I don't see.
If you know Jody and you look at her
Exactly,
face, she's
yeah.
like that innocent little angel.
That was a total guess. It was a total guess.
So now, let's see if you remember this. Butler University grad, Julie Kirchhoff.
Julie Jerkoff. I remember that one. Oh, poor thing.
Oh my God, this is one of the better ones. So we were talking about embarrassing. I keep saying we.
Say we.
know.
We're
Okay.
all a family.
Girls.
We're
Okay.
all beautiful ghouls.
That's
Our
what we want.
family.
Exactly.
We want
Okay.
people to think that they're there with us.
Exactly.
while
We're all
doing
having a
this.
ghouls night out.
Yes.
It's fun.
Right, look at how easy it is. All you have to do is write in.
Exactly. Ghouls night out podcast at gmail.com.
So this was good. This is about Brandy, one of her embarrassing moments.
Oh shit. I know
So-
exactly what she's
Oh, which one? Oh wait, because it's
the writing.
episode 2. Because you
Oh,
know
was it? No, I don't know then.
what?
Well, I was gonna say riding the dick into the sunset.
Oh no, that's later on.
Oh,
girl.
okay.
Let's go back to eating chili.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. I still wonder if he's listened. So he'll probably be like, I remember that. Oh my god.
For those of you who are just joining them right now, back when Brandy was in high school, she had chili. Why don't you finish the story?
Did not agree with me. I was at a friend's house of my boyfriend at the time. I went to the bathroom. I was going downstairs when he was coming up to go to the same bathroom, which he should not have entered. And I was like, what are you doing? Why are you going in there? It was so embarrassing. He never said anything though, so he was nice about it.
But did you see him the next day?
Well, yeah, we were dating. I was,
He's like, I'm gonna marry that girl.
and he did not. So, bye-bye.
So girls, let's hold our glasses up. a
I'm
minute.
empty.
If it was 1 year ago today, Jody started talking about what?
That's a little vague. I don't know.
Nix, where are you, Nix?
Oh, yeah.
She wanted to get a cat.
Yeah, and it was Nick's, and it was a girl at the time.
Yes.
And he is right here.
And we went to the vet, and Nick's turned into Odin,
A boy.
a boy.
Odin.
So there was one story on this episode that you guys talked about, which was so weird. It was about a fisherman or something like that showed up at a village.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember that. That was,
When
that
everyone
was,
disappeared.
yes.
That was your disappearing
Yep.
stories, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was when I did Roanoke, and I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, it was a village where everybody disappeared. It was so strange. It is so strange.
It is.
I mean, even the bodies in the grave were gone.
Exactly. They had dug up all of the dead bodies. There were the sled dogs were frozen into the landscape and, starved to death, which these people wouldn't do that.
Yeah, if they were moving to a different settlement, they would take their shit with them.
Absolutely, and that includes their mode of transportation,
Yeah.
which was their dogs at the time. So the fact that their
Fire's still going.
fire's still going, meals are still being cooked.
Yeah.
all of their weapons were still there. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Like what happened?
Weird.
It is weird.
So do you believe in UFOs?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. 100%. And I do believe that disclosure is coming. I think that
I
the
was
government.
just listening. Did you listen to the newest, was it Paranormal Almanac?
No, I'm way behind on them. Take a drink. I'm way behind on them. But I did listen to the first disclosure episode that he put out, and it's scary shit.
Yeah.
They don't call them UFOs anymore. They call them like something like AFUs or something crazy like that. Like it's something different. It means the same thing as UFO, but they're not saying that it's UFO anymore because they're calling it something different, so people are not familiar with it, so they really don't know what they're talking about. But they have openly, publicly admitted that there are technology that they have come across that they don't know how to defend us against it. There's public information already about things that have been discovered that are not from this planet.
Yeah.
100%. So absolutely, I believe in UFOs.
I don't have a big, long explanation.
Sorry, I just listened to that episode.
Chris is looking at me like, well, what are you going to say? Not a
Sorry.
goddamn thing.
Next.
I'm long-winded.
If you didn't notice, I'm the quiet one.
I just ramble on because nobody else listens to me.
So here's something interesting, and I think we're gonna have our first like sort of visual, but even though it's not visual, so hearable. Is there such a word, hearable?
It is now.
Okay, we just did a dictionary
we
word.
made up our own words the last couple of.
So it was funny to hear that, Jody, when you hear a dishwasher or dryer running, you hear music?
Yep.
Okay, I think we should play that, not play, let's run that dishwasher, and I want you to sing to me.
I'm down.
I don't sing. That would be Brandy, not me. Ever. And you will thank me for it, too.
Well, and it's like classical kind of.
Yeah, it's not singing. It's like it sounds like music off in a distance is what it sounds like.
And you know, it's funny because I literally heard music off in the distance the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" But it was the soccer game that was going on in the field next to the house.
yeah.
So there was like literally music, but I didn't know where it was coming from, and it freaked me out.
You're like, we don't have a dishwasher. What's going on?
No, Aaron put one in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he fixed a bunch of stuff around the house.
Did
Actually.
he?
He did.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank God.
So you have a dishwasher again?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I know. Kitchen's still a mess.
So Brandy's not off the hook. So I went to the bathroom several times after hearing this, and when sitting in the bathroom, you pick out faces in the wall or tile.
Yes, or in the door, in the wood in the door, and it happens all the time. Like I was looking at a cloud, and I picked out like a few faces in the cloud. I do that all the time. It doesn't matter where I'm at.
You see my wall right there? See how it's textured? I will find shit in the wall.
I do the same thing.
Yes.
Like what?
Faces. I've seen skull faces before.
There's a bear
animals.
face. Yeah, there's a bear face in the tile in our bathroom.
Yeah. There's. Are we weird?
We're bored a
We're
lot.
weird.
No, it's everyone else that's weird. Damn it. We are normal.
Oh, normal. Yeah, normal.
That's what I call it.
That's the new normal.
That's right.
The best normal, damn it.
Okay, let me see where I'm at now. So I have on here, on this episode is when I realized that our mothers were very similar. And with the love of ghost stories, the aliens, the pack rats. Lord knows my mom was a pack rat. And the
Yeah.
crafts. You both, in this episode, talked about your experience with your mom that passed. So, Brandy, you said Jody was getting ready to move in by Dad, and you vacuumed entirely the hall.
Yeah, the whole upstairs was totally empty. There was nothing.
Yeah, we had taken everything
was out,
and moved it.
And then I was vacuuming before I started putting my stuff in there.
And let's remember the big gulp or whatever that big drink was that you brought.
Yeah,
Right?
I brought a big pop and a jacket, and I left it out in the hallway. And I went in to, see what you needed me to do because we were painting, getting you ready to move in. And I was the only one that could reach the ceiling, so that was my job.
Oh my God, I so had that written down.
Yeah, yeah. And so I went in and I got everything ready, and I was like, oh, I have a giant drink in the hallway. I went out to the hallway, and that mirror was sitting right next to my stuff, and it was turned over. So, but as soon as I saw it, because that it's like a starburst.
starburst,
Yeah, it's like a starburst pattern on the bottom. I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, I
And
did too.
it was that mirror that I wanted, and she left that for me. I knew it the second I saw it. I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah. I was just shocked because I knew I had just vacuumed.
I know.
And I would have saw it. I mean, I would have ran over it.
Exactly.
If I didn't see
It would have been in the way.
Yeah. It's not teeny tiny.
Right.
It's
It's
too big for a vacuum to suck it up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it would have been in the way.
yeah.
And I had just happened to be looking for that specific mirror the day that she passed away, and she knew that I wanted that, and
I still wonder where it was before it was
I want to
there.
know if it was floating up the damn stairs.
Well, where was it before that, too?
Yeah, exactly, because I had stuck my hand underneath the, in the
Yeah.
drawers, because that's the last place that I knew that she had kept it.
Yeah.
'Cause she didn't carry it with her anymore for some reason. But so who knows where it was?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That is crazy, and I can't wait to ask her about it.
I do think, though, that they do that. Because, like, when my mom died, there was only one thing I ever wanted, and that was the necklace that she wore every day.
Right, I remember your story.
And when she passed, we couldn't find the necklace. And we're sitting on the bed. We're going through her stuff to get her ready for the funeral. And my sister's like, Ma, where the fuck is that necklace? And I was shocked because I'm like, okay, she's losing it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Ma lost it. No, she's a spirit. She'll guide us. She'll tell us. And then all of a sudden, I got up. Something told me to go to this turtle. I grabbed the turtle. The lid fell off. The necklace fell out.
That's crazy.
They talk to you. I truly believe that.
Absolutely.
I do too.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other explanation. I mean, especially things that they've lost or we didn't know where they were when they were alive. And then after they're gone, we happen to come across them. I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to ask Jody this question. In this episode, Brandy did the first ever all by herself. Would you even know what that was?
The first time she went out to eat or get a beer by herself.
That's right. Oh my God, that's right. I did. I got a beer by myself.
And then you tried to ask me if it was the same thing, because we started talking about going to a restaurant by herself.
Yeah.
And you asked if it was the same thing if you worked there and then you went and ate out in the dining room. No.
Yeah, that's not the same.
No.
There was an urban legend. Do you remember what happened with the wedge?
With the wedge.
He was killed.
It was an atomic wedgie.
Atomic wedgie. Yeah. That's horrible.
That's sad.
I know, but it's very funny
in the
its own way.
In the Beetlejuice waiting room. That's a terrible story.
Every time that comes up, I just picture the movie.
Yeah.
You got these little bitty heads on these big bodies, and they're just like, no, no, no.
And the guy with the chicken neck in his, or chicken leg in his neck, and the girl with a half a body. Yeah, your
great.
story better be good for the Beetlejuice waiting room.
That's right.
Because if it sucks, that sucks.
So I forgot we moved into another episode with that question. So in here, we were talking about Brandy was sleeping on the couch, heard someone knocking on the door,
Super loud.
and nobody was there.
Right.
So it makes me believe that it's something with you two girls. Because Jody, you had the same experience.
Are you talking about when someone yelled and I woke up?
No, they were knocking on your door, and when you looked out there, no one was there.
Oh, just recently. Yeah. That scared the shit out of me.
What are you talking about?
Remember, you yelled at me because I didn't tell you.
Oh, yeah.
I was sitting here, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and
That's
someone
right.
like knocks really hard on the
I
door.
named an episode after that.
What was it called?
It was She Opened the Freaking Door.
I know, I cannot believe I opened as soon as I was opening the door, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I hurried up and slammed it shut.
So I'm thinking is it a coincidence?
Mine was an exploding head syndrome
And
episode.
I don't know what mine. I think it was just kids, just
Probably.
in the neighborhood messing
Yeah.
with you.
I think it was Ghost.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
Okay, so we're moving on.
Okay.
Okay? So, in this episode, this is when you two girls, we can tell you had a little bit to drink. And I love when you have a little bit to drink. Because the more you drink, the more you laugh. The more you laugh, the more we laugh. The more we laugh, the better the day it is at work, right, everybody?
Oh, yay. We love making your work days go better.
And this was the episode you got in trouble, Jody, for texting too much.
Oh, who was I texting? Who would that be?
I don't know.
It was Chris.
Yeah, I think it was
It was me?
I think so, yeah.
I take the fifth. Oh, this was a good one. So, I made an appointment to go to the New Moon Spa. Jody, can you please explain how you say it?
It's actually pronounced Moonspoo.
It's the moon spoo.
I like my pronunciation better.
Moose Boo.
Why are they walking around with trays of butter? Trays of butter.
Hey, I don't know if we're at that episode yet, are we?
Yeah, that is the episode. It's the tray of butter.
It's the tray of butter episode.
So, another thing that happened, and I'm sure we can all agree that at one point this happened. Jody had her hand fall asleep. Couldn't feel it. You thought it was a stranger.
What?
She wrote it down, so it must be true.
Let me look at this again.
Your glasses on.
What episode are we at?
Oh my gosh. Here, let me look at
Here, I said Jody's hand fell asleep. Couldn't feel it. Thought stranger had slapped their face.
That was a
Episode
story.
5.
That was a story, but it wasn't Jody.
Oh.
I was like, I do not remember that at all. You know that's what they tell guys, right? Or that's what guys do or something, where they sit on their hand until it falls asleep and then they jack off. It feels like someone else is doing it.
Haven't you heard that before? Yes, I've heard that before.
No, I never heard.
Unfortunately.
Well, that's what it
It's a sister thing.
That's what it reminded me of when she said that. I was like, I was not doing that.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, someone had fallen asleep on their hand and then they rolled over and it slapped them in the face. And I didn't know who it was.
I thought it was you, Jody.
it was not Jody.
I'm not that dumb.
Fuck off, because that happened to me.
Oh my god. That's
Oh my God, they say. It did slap me in the face, but I did fucking wake up and feel this cold arm, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. My heart's racing,
Oh my god.
and I'm pinching it, and I'm raising it, and I don't feel a thing. I fucking scream and jump out of my bed, and my arm is like rubber. I'm like, fuck, it was my arm.
It's a good thing you're pretty.
Fuck up. Taking our drink.
Oh shit! Oh, that's what we need, a drinking game. We need to come up with we need to come up with a drinking game for our listeners. Like every time we do something, they have to take a drink. We need to come up with that.
Every time you laugh, I'm taking a drink.
Awesome.
Laugh, please.
Well, you can't do that on demand.
Do it on demand.
Yeah, we're independent women. Don't tell us what to do. Take a fucking drink.
Cheers, bitches.
Oh my god. Okay, what episode are we on? 7?
Wait, so we found out that it's not Jody that said that?
No, it was a story. I think
I vaguely remember it now.
yeah, I think I was saying, or I was doing those stories, but it wasn't Jody. It was one of my stories.
Okay, so I also have that Nix, the cat, was adopted.
Yes.
He was.
Yes, he was. It was Brandy's friend.
Yeah, he was born in the country, and
Yeah.
they had a bunch to give away.
So I took one. That's it.
That's
Very exciting.
Obviously, that was a busy time for me at work. So on this one, there was about the roommate sitting in bed using her new cell phone. Mm-hmm. Everybody's seen her. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, it disappeared. They found it in her car.
In the trunk of the car, right?
Yeah.
So has that anything like that ever happened to you?
I've never had anything like that I can remember happen. Because she was using it and
Yeah.
learning how to, use her new phone and transferring everything, and then
And then
It
she
was-
then she put it down.
yeah, and it was
and they're,
gone.
you got to think they're in this hotel room. They're not. No one's going anywhere and grabbing something.
No.
in
And
secret.
The only thing that I could, because they found it in the trunk of the car.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I could think of was maybe they had stuck it in there when they were shopping. But
But that doesn't explain her having
No,
it and playing with it.
exactly. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I had an episode where after my brother passed away, I was home alone, went downstairs, got a cup of tea, put myself in bed, leaned over, put the tea on the table, and then I counted out the thank you cards for who I needed to write out special to. So I count out 7, put them to the left. I take the 8th card, I start writing it out. I put it in an envelope, address it, stamp it, go to my right, put it down. I go to reach for another card, they're all gone.
What?
To this day, I never found those cards.
What the fuck?
Crazy.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It's in the house that you live in now.
No.
Oh.
That's when I lived back home. And I sat there and kept saying, where the fuck are these cards? And now you're home alone, right? And you know you never get out of bed.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're disappeared.
And you never saw him. You never found him under the bed. In between
I
the
mean,
bed
where
and
the fuck would they
dresser.
go?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Glitches in the Matrix.
Something.
That's what it sounds like.
Jody, you always say you hate mirrors.
Yes.
Why?
Because they're creepy as fuck. Because at night, I know when I look in the mirror, there's going to be something behind me.
No.
Yes, there is.
A big white circle?
No, there's going to be a scary face in the mirror. I know it. I know it. Or
Your face
in the
doesn't
reflection of the window at night.
I was just going to bring up the window.
Yes. No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I will not. When I have to get up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, I will not look in the mirror the whole time I'm in the bathroom.
I don't understand.
Well,
I force myself to look in the mirror.
no.
Because there's nothing there.
There's going to be.
Now, outside a window, that's creepy to me. The mirror
The window is more of, I can't see, like, you know, when it's dark outside and then you have a window on or a light on in the house and you can only see yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
You can't see what's on the other side. That freaks me out.
That's creepy because it's basically a mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you can see out the window, that's creepy to me. I don't know why.
okay.
Okay. Moving on. All right.
So this one, I had to look up. You guys talked about the gas station. The guy with his sister sleeping in the back of his car. They pull up to a gas station off the highway.
And nobody's moving.
Nobody's moving. And we have what?
Huh?
What is in the gas station that
Mannequins that aren't moving.
Oh yeah, mannequins.
Wasn't it mannequins?
Is that what? Well, we've talked about a couple gas stations.
Well, we talked about the mannequins.
There's the one guy that was dancing in the back of the gas station.
Oh yeah, that was creepy.
Hold that.
No, this one was the one where the guy and his wife or somebody were on a road trip, and he had to stop and get gas. And he sat there behind in line waiting.
Yes!
And nobody. And 10 minutes later, realized that nobody's moving.
Oh my God, I remember that. Yeah.
So I had to look it up because I didn't know what you guys were talking about, right? And it's fucking for real.
Oh my
Here's some
God.
pictures. We have the cop in the squad car. We have this dude who thinks he's cool with the hat, right? Waiting for gas.
Oh my God.
The husband and wife.
That is creepy.
The guy sitting in front of the cemetery. So
what is
that's
it?
a real
What is
thing.
it for? Why is it there?
it must be like a joke. I didn't read. I only took pictures.
Oh my God.
We're gonna
You
have
didn't read the story?
I didn't read.
We're gonna.
You don't do math. You don't do geography. You don't do history, and you don't fucking like dumb people.
No, we don't run.
All right, so
You don't
we
read.
had one.
You don't.
I read.
We don't run. You don't read. I read a lot. That is fucking insane, and we're gonna have to post those on Facebook.
Now it makes me want to look it up and find out why it's there in the first place.
Exactly. That is crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure out where that is.
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is Google mannequins and gas station.
Okay, done. We will do that. That is creepy as shit.
That is.
It was weird, wasn't
And
it?
who placed those there and why?
Yeah, well,
And-
it's like I said on that episode, there's a house like that too, out in the middle of nowhere. Where it's got mannequins
where the mannequins
posed.
are changed every now
Yes,
and then.
and every great once in a
That's
while
right.
they'll be changed around.
What the fuck?
I know, it's
Ew,
crazy.
I don't like it.
Well, here's the biggest question: who pays taxes on that stuff?
I don't know.
Property people.
Oh, here we go with dumb people.
Oh, see?
Aw.
It's contagious.
I hope they're pretty.
So, on this episode was your very first listener's email.
Annie. Right? Am I wrong?
You are right.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to look. I'm like, oh my god, why would you say that name unless you were sure?
I was sure. For sure it was Annie.
And ding, 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 ding. You are correct.
I know, I was like, oh fuck, did I forget someone?
Okay, so let's put him in the hot seat now. What was the email about?
It was about her house. Remember we passed the road when we went to
Yeah.
that antique mall.
200, oh wait.
Oh.
216th Street.
I did not remember that. But yeah, she wrote about her haunted house that her and her husband and her boys
Yeah.
had.
And we so would have went by that house.
Fuck
if
yes,
we
we
knew the
would.
address.
So Annie, hint, hint. Please send us the address.
It's really not that far, and we can drive
Yes,
there.
we can look at the house anyway.
Or drive by it. I really think we're wusses at heart.
Yeah.
I know I am for sure.
I'm not.
If I was with you, I think it would be better. So anytime we go to like any haunted, I have to be with you because your calm nature will calm my anxiety. So
And my rolling eyes and like,
exactly, and I'll be like,
seriously?
okay, well, Jody's cool. If you fucking freak out,
That's
don't know
when you
what-
need to worry.
I don't know what I would do. Oh my god. But yeah. Do what you gotta do. I can edit it out.
And
This
we've
is
done
being
that
cut.
before, so
Okay, so on this episode, I shared this with you not long ago, that when you listen to stuff, there's always something that always plays back and forth in your mind. This was where when the little girl was going to let the dogs in, and she shut the door. And the minute she locked it, some guy grabbed it on the other side. I cannot tell you half of the panic time that I have when I let my fucking dogs in.
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
oh my god, 1, 2, 3. It's like, and sometimes I don't think twice about it. All depends on how much I drink, right?
Yeah.
But there are times, every time I do that, I'm like, fuck you. Because I think
Exactly.
someone's going to grab my door.
Well, your dogs would freak out, and that's one reason why I got a dog, because your pets notice things, and it also gives you validity that things are
they're-
going on
Yeah.
when they're not, or if they're not. Just like when I saw that teddy bear fly from my daughter's room, that when it hit our sister's dog's leg, it moved, like it was like
it reacted to it.
it reacted, and that kind of gave me the validity that I needed, that I
You
saw
weren't the only one that
exactly
noticed it.
the dog noticed it too, because it hit her in the leg.
Yeah.
And she looked behind, she looked back like, what just hit me?
Yeah.
So that told me right there that I wasn't the only one that saw this happen. She had an experience with it too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she's a dog and she didn't understand that, but that meant something to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, dogs and animals in general, when they see something, it means a lot.
Yeah, when in the middle of the night, if I hear a noise and it wakes me up, I sit there and I listen for Leia.
Absolutely.
If I don't hear her reacting in any way, I know it's cool to go back to sleep.
Exactly. And that's one reason why I wanted to get
Yeah.
animals in the house, because just for that extra little,
Yes. Well, they hear everything.
exactly, and they react naturally.
Yes.
And it's not, they're animals.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very
Comforting.
yes,
Yeah.
comforting to know that you're not the only one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might have this story wrong, since I had the story wrong about you. But I do believe this might be true. Brandy, you were telling a story about taking a shower. You were in your apartment, alone. God, I hope this was you. The lights go out, you see a hand.
That was not me.
Oh, fuck!
Oh my God.
That was a story I did. Or no, Brandy did it.
Yeah, I remember that story.
I do too.
Well, and that's funny because someone had recently asked us about our personal experiences online, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I told them to listen to episode 3, Footsteps on the Window, which was Laura's favorite episode because we shared our personal experiences. But in that episode, she just thought we were reading other people's experiences like we always do.
Oh.
But it was our personal experiences. So if you're getting them confused, I mean,
Yeah.
that's normal.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so that was not me. Thank God. I would
I
freak
would
the
fucking
fuck
flip
out.
out.
Yeah. That's
no.
creepy.
And
But I
that's why
remember
I don't take showers.
And I well, I'm sitting pretty close to you, and I think you do. because you don't
take
stink.
baths, right?
So yeah,
I mean,
so
that would
every
be
time
much more.
You were talking, Chris, about that was one of the things that you remember when you close the door after you let the animals in and you think someone's going to come. Well, that one is mine. Where I've been taking after you said this story, I was taking a shower and I'm looking at the door and I'm like, motherfucker, if I see a hand, it will not be good.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be crazy.
But you heard a voice in the bathroom.
Yeah, I heard laughter, and it sounded like mocking.
You didn't hear it. Your
No.
kids heard it.
No, that was me. That was when I
no,
heard.
I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking
No.
of a different story.
Oh, I know what you're thinking
Yeah.
of. That was in that house that I'm in now.
Yes,
That
and you went
was
to the bathroom.
yeah, and they were like, "We heard you laughing."
Yeah.
in there, and I was like, "No, I wasn't laughing." And they were like,
my
"Yeah,
sister."
yeah." They were like, "Yeah, you were freaking out back there," and I was like, "No." What the fuck
That
did
is
you hear?
so creepy.
It is like, who was
In
laughing?
the house you're in now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, who was laughing and why didn't you hear it?
Yeah.
If it
because-
was so loud and so obvious.
yeah, because they were in the living room
and
and
there's
I
like
was
just a wall, right? There's just one wall in between where they were and where you are.
No, because they were on the opposite side of the house, because I was in the living room, then there's the dining room, and then the kitchen. They heard me, quote unquote, me in the kitchen.
Oh, not in the bathroom. They
Right.
heard it in the kitchen.
Yes.
Oh.
And I was in the
bathroom.
back bathroom.
Okay.
And I didn't hear anything. And they were like, "We heard you freaking out back there." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" They were like, "You were laughing in the kitchen." I was like, "No, I wasn't. No."
Oh, no.
I'm glad you don't live there no more.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I would have heard that story when I was still living there. Oh, my God.
And they both were like, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, we heard you." And I
Like
was
they
like,
were
that,
matter of fact about it. Like,
exactly.
what are you
They were,
talking about?
they were for sure. They
They're
heard
not
me.
very good actors, I'll tell you that. Right now.
Yeah, so I mean, they thought that they heard me.
And both of them thought that.
Exactly.
Not just one of them.
Exactly. Yeah,
Ew.
it was both
God.
my kids.
Like that.
Yeah, that was creepy.
So this was probably the grossest thing, I think, that you guys talked about. It was a girl in a university. There was an evacuation, and they had to check all the dorms. They found a baby bottle full of what?
It was
Cum.
Cum. No. Ew,
disgusting.
ew. And it was old cum,
Ew,
too.
yeah.
Specifically, old cum. Blech. No. Gross.
So this is where I fucked up. This was the one thing that I so wanted to have, but I forgot it at home.
Oh, that sucks.
You guys don't know what mothballs smell like.
No.
And I wanted to bring them so you could smell them and explain what it is.
Well, I've went a very long time without knowing what they smell like.
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
That's fine.
I'm good.
Bullshit. So this is an exciting episode. You started a new segment, the Woody Wrap Up.
Okay, what about it?
Hold on.
Oh,
So, the funniest story that struck me with this one was the woman that was pulled over by the cop, and he said, "I had to pull you over because you were doing 55."
And she assumed it was because of her age and not the actual speed limit.
Very good.
I think Brandy said something about that would be you.
Yeah, I would be like, "What the fuck? Don't pull me over because I'm old."
So, episode 9, something new started. What was it? Don't be looking. Don't be cheating.
Episode 9.
Episode 9.
So you're saying, okay, Witty Wrap Up started on episode 8, right? So episode 9.
I started something at the
Was
beginning.
it the embarrassing? Or
No.
it was the shit. Was it
Was it
quotes?
facts?
Facts. Yeah.
I did facts.
It was some kind of music.
Oh, it was the intro.
Intro. Was that
Nice.
9? Really?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Woody wrap up was before the intro.
I think so. Yeah, it was like right around the same time. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's
Didn't
probably
realize
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started I recorded the intro.
I
Which-
like our intro.
I like it too. I
Well,
think it's
thanks.
great.
That makes me feel a lot better because
And there was one other thing that was found out tonight.
it was found out
No.
tonight.
Odin, oh no, Nyx is now.
Oh, was that when
Oh.
we found out Odin was a boy?
Or Nix was a boy, and
Nyx
it
was a
changed his
boy and
name.
Changed his name to Odin, and then he got carried out in a pink cat carrier.
Yeah. Aw.
He still has it too, and a pink leash, and
Aw.
it's okay. We don't care about stuff like that.
No. Boys can wear pink.
Yes,
There's no wrong. No,
That's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
he looks very good in pink.
So there was a story about a Ouija board, and what was funny is I thought, again, I could be wrong, it was the town of Tacoma,
Okay.
which brought me. I think I told you the story about when I was a teenager and we used to do the Ouija board at parties, and something spelled out Tacoma. Not knowing what it was, we're like, okay. And the Ouija board kept going. And I said, if you're really a spirit in this room, we're going to leave. And I gave him 3 demands to do: knock something off the dresser, make something straight, and something else. I was the last one that walked out of that room. I made sure no one was in the closet, no one was under the bed. Shut the door, we go back in. Every fucking command we asked, it happened.
Shut up.
So, being a girl from a Catholic high school, we went on retreat. I asked the priest. I said, we were doing the Ouija board, it spelled out Tacoma. Oh my God, don't do that. That was a high-class priest that worshiped the devil and the church.
Oh my God.
But I can't find anything on it, so I don't know if he was bullshit.
Huh.
But isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Have you ever played with the Ouija board?
I think when I was young, and we, used to do the sleepovers and stuff. I think at one point one was pulled out, but it wasn't done in a serious way. So that's about it, though.
Would you do it tonight?
Hell no.
Yeah, same here. I did it when I was in like middle school, and it was like, just messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I think I mentioned it on the podcast one time that the candle that we lit started flickering.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck this. We're out. So that was it.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I'm
I would
not
not.
interested.
No. I'm not saying that anything is real that happens with a Ouija board, but
But just in case.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. No.
Yeah. Same.
On a happier note, on this episode, do you remember the Guiney story about the lady with the moon and stars?
The moon and stars.
That was the Aren't We Fancy?
Aren't we fancy? She had sprayed some glitter.
She thought it was like the freshness
Yeah,
spray,
deodorant or something.
deodorant stuff, and it ended up being her granddaughter's sparkly hairspray or something. The doctor's like, "My, aren't we fancy today?"
Ooh, glittery pussy.
That story goes way back because I'm much older than you two. And I remember that way back when the lady's mother went and the gynecologist kept telling her, oh, we're fancy. Kept telling this old lady this, oh, we're fancy. And when she told her daughter, the daughter got mad thinking the guy's making a pass on her mother.
He's a pervert.
Yeah.
He's like, well, she had moons and stars.
You never know. People might do something special for their gyno.
Who knows what they've seen?
Exactly. Hey, if you're a gynecologist listening, we want to know.
Yeah, let us know.
Have you ever seen glittery pussy?
Right in. So I think this was a busy day too, because I just said on this episode it was your first ghost walk.
Oh, okay.
You've done several, Jody, right?
I've done a couple before the one that we went on.
I've done one, and that's it. And that was the one that we went on. And
Speaking of that, when we went on that ghost walk, we stopped at the it was the old jail in Noblesville.
Yes.
And they were telling ghost stories about the building or whatever. Well, you can actually go there. So next weekend we're going to go to Noblesville again, and we're going to actually go in the jail.
we're going to go in the jail, and we're going to go into the antique shop as
and maybe
well.
I think the hardware store was haunted too.
Yeah.
And that restaurant was haunted.
Yeah, and we're going to have to specifically go into the bathroom just in
Yes.
case.
Yes. 'cause
Even
I
though we hate it.
I did go in there to eat with my friend Amy, and I did not go to the bathroom.
Well, we're going to have to go and
Yes.
see if we see any
Feet.
Yeah,
under
feet
the stall
underneath
door.
the
Yes.
door.
Men's feet.
Yes, specifically.
Yes.
And let you guys know.
We will let you know if anything happens.
Yeah, and we'll plan it for next weekend.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what we're doing.
Okay.
And we're also getting our Ghouls Night Out podcast tattoos.
We are, which we will have pictures.
I think we decided on doing a G and O for Ghouls Night Out, and then having the ghost that's on our logo, like kind of hanging over the G, and then the skull that's in our logo inside the O.
Yep.
At the end of it.
That's what we decided.
And then it's going to be like all black and grays, and the letters are going to be the spooky letters with like blood dripping down.
Yep.
And everything's going to be black and gray except for the blood at the bottom, and it's going to be a bright red.
And we're going to get those, and we're going to post pictures.
Yes.
We're very excited. I know exactly where I'm going to get it. Mm-hmm. Very excited. I'm going to get it on my arm.
It depends on how small they can get it for me.
Where are you thinking?
If they can get it small enough where it still looks good on my arm in the same place, but if it's too big, then on my leg, my calf.
Yeah. Well, if it's giant, which I don't know why it would be.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not much detail to any of it, so we should be able to get it pretty small.
Yeah. But we're going to post pictures. Yeah, we'll post pictures when we get it done, which it won't be for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
we're just going to go have them draw it up.
yeah,
this
stay
weekend.
tuned for that.
Okay, so the next episode was your very first special guest.
Was it Amy?
It was
Our-
Amy.
Our only special guest until now.
I'm sitting there thinking, was there anyone else besides Amy?
No, it was Amy.
They're knocking down the fucking door to get in.
She didn't say anything
Oh,
though.
yeah, she was there. She didn't say anything.
She didn't think that it was. We had a friend listen in, and she didn't think it was. She didn't want to say anything. So
She just wanted to observe.
yeah, which that's fine.
We're so exciting.
You are. Stop it.
We have fun. That's all that we
That's
ask
right,
for.
we do have fun.
We have fun, and people are still listening. So yay!
Well, yeah. Even though they won't write us in. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oops.
Ghoulsnightoutpodcast@gmail.com.
The one thing I found out when Amy was talking which sort of freaked me out, was her daughter talking about her imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of stories about kids with their imaginary friends. They're
that
not imaginary.
don't end up being imaginary. Yeah.
That was spooky.
And you never know. You never know if they're imaginary or not. And you never know, because kids say they're so honest, they just say what they see, and if they see something crazy, that's what you got to deal with.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And then the other thing on this episode was Do you remember when they were talking about the body in the coffin jerking up and then laying back down?
I don't remember that. I know that's a thing though. Like
Yeah.
your muscle spasms and things like that react when even after you're dead.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that story.
You don't?
Hey, I'm surprised I'm remembering as much as I am.
Me too, man. We're drinking a lot, and we do this once a week.
So here's a trivia for Jody. What is Brandy's favorite actor?
Oh,
Oh shit!
You know this.
Yes, I do. It's shit. What's his name? He was on Titanic. He was on Titanic.
Leonardo
DiCaprio.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. I love
That's
him.
one of the ones I don't. Get
I will always love Leonardo DiCaprio. I love him.
I don't get it. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I was like 17 and I loved him and it just
I
stayed.
loved a lot of people. I was gonna marry Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
I loved Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have a poster of him on my
Don't
wall.
watch Neverland or Leaving Neverland.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Don't. It will ruin everything for
Oh,
you. Don't do
no.
it. It's horrible.
I'll
Oh
end
my
up
god.
watching it.
And I watched it and I still love Michael Jackson, which is so fucked up because he's fucked up. It was fucked
He
up.
was okay. This is how I feel about Michael Jackson now. He was weirder than shit,
Mm-hmm.
but Jesus was he talented.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh!
And
he
that's
was
the
so
only
talented.
way that you can look at him.
Yeah.
Because if you look any deeper into that, you will just be disappointed.
Yeah.
So don't do it.
Yeah.
It's very depressing. Just don't. It's very sad.
I'll watch it because I want to know.
We're on episode 13.
We got 40 more to go.
Hope you guys have a while. We'll be here for.
Oh my god.
You got nothing else to do.
That's right.
You will listen and you will like it.
Shit.
Episode 14.
Okay.
Talked about witching hour is between 3 and 4. Do you believe that?
Yes.
I do. Yes. A lot of shit happens at that time of night, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
The end.
Oh, on this episode, this was funny. Where the mom was dying. Well, that's not funny, but.
That's just rude.
Okay. So she's dying. And on her deathbed, she asked her husband to promise her something.
Oh, to keep the plants alive.
Yes. Make
or
sure you
something.
water the
yes,
plants.
Make sure you water the plants.
So this is really sad because I realized it must be an old thing. Because my mother-in-law, my ex-mother-in-law, used to water flowers and go, look how they grow. They were plastic too. When my brother was in the army or in the Marines, I sent that story because I'm like, oh my gosh, she thinks they're growing. They were floating.
Oh my god.
So on this episode, this was really interesting, and I looked it up. Funeral home missing body parts. What was it?
Missing body parts.
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
You said, I'm not sure if this is fact or fiction.
Missing
Hold that, please.
body parts. I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Okay. This is where there was a gentleman that worked for the funeral home that had penises in jars.
Okay, I remember that.
Here's his picture.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
So it's true.
Oh no!
He had over 3,000 penises. 3,178 of them in jars.
Oh my gosh.
What
you should
the
see
fuck?
this dude.
Ew!
He looks like he's got a ponytail on top of his head.
and a
That's
lazy
a man
eye.
bun.
Major lazy eye.
Major lazy eye. Oh
Wow.
no! Oh, that's bad.
He's not pretty.
No. No,
He must be smart.
I don't think so.
No.
Didn't he have penises like categorized and shit? That's not good. That's a bummer.
So on this episode, do you remember the letter from the bride that demanded $1,500?
Yes. I remember that shit. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the only one. It was
there was another one like the next week or something.
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
yeah, these brides demanding that you contribute to their fucking wedding.
Yeah, and I was like, they're fucking lucky anyone's coming to watch them get married.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
Seriously.
Dollar store.
Who gives a shit?
Okay. That's what we think about that.
Yeah, we did it on our own. Fuck you.
Even if it was once. Or
Yeah.
I mean twice.
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't demand anything of
No,
anybody.
exactly. It's
You know,
things
thank
going
you
on.
for coming on my special day. That's what you
Exactly.
should be saying.
Exactly.
Not demanding money. Fuck
agree.
off.
I agree.
Okay. Next.
All right, so here we'll do a little competition.
Oh no.
At a basketball game, I know how much you like sports.
Oh.
A woman dipped her chicken nuggets in.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. Do you remember? Oh shit.
No. Okay.
Was it ranch dressing?
I'm sorry, what?
Was it ranch dressing?
That's normal.
Oh.
So was it beer, Coke, orange soda?
Coke.
It was Coke.
Coke.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Very good.
Yeah, and that like went viral, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, people were pissed over it.
That's right.
It's like who cares? Who cares what she dips her food in?
What's the weirdest thing you dip it in?
Chicken? The weirdest thing?
No, anything.
Anything? I don't do anything weird.
I disagree.
I know that's bullshit.
I don't. I dip my stuff in ranch dressing or barbecue sauce or ketchup. That's what. That's it. I don't do anything weird, I guess. Well, as far as eating goes.
French fries in ice cream is good.
Oh yeah, I do that.
That's
Oh,
good.
you do?
Yeah. French fries, salty, fresh French fries dipped in a chocolate shake is like the
it's the
best
best.
shit ever.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's really good.
I used to go to Dairy Queen at lunch and get French fries and a small chocolate shake and dip my French fries in the shake.
It's good. Try it. I promise.
Hey, write in and let's have a debate here.
Okay.
What's the weirdest thing? Write it in on Facebook or email.
Ghouls Night Out Podcast at gmail.com.
I think someone's had too much to drink.
Every weekend. Every weekend.
I think you were saying every day.
Not every day.
Oh, now she pulled out the water.
I'm just drinking water. That's it.
I have the hiccups.
liar, Alexa. Tell her she's a liar.
I'm good.
Okay, she's good.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm good.
Oh, this was a sick one. Do you remember the guy who pretended to have Down syndrome? For what reason? What do you want him to do?
Change something about his diapers. Change his diapers.
I
or
remember that.
treat him like a baby. I
Yeah,
don't-
he wanted them to take care of him.
Yeah, because he said he had, what'd you say, Down syndrome?
That is
And
terrible.
he
Yeah.
fooled these women into saying that he had Down syndrome and he needed help.
Yeah.
And then they changed his diapers.
Right. And I said, go on the fucking internet. You can
Yeah, you
find
can find
someone
that
who
shit,
wants that. And find someone who will do that shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So, also on this episode, we talked about, you.
We all did discuss it.
We already discussed
Yes.
I know, I'm sorry. Okay. So, cat and dog law passed. Do you remember what it was?
Cat and dog law. Was it to not eat them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck does that?
Seriously. That's fucked up.
I don't know. There's certain animals you just don't eat.
No.
Cats, dogs,
Horses. Yeah. It's not right.
Yeah.
I don't eat meat anyway.
Well, we're not
But-
getting into that discussion.
But if I was to eat
Good
meat,
for you, Brandy.
thank you. If I was to eat meat, it would definitely not be a dog or a
No,
cat or a
no.
horse or
No.
no. It's terrible.
Yeah.
We had an episode way further about a father who took his daughter's pet rabbit.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, and killed it in front of her. And then when she cried, it was what was that about? What was I talking about?
I don't know, but that's child abuse.
It
Oh,
absolutely
definitely.
is because it was a
Definitely.
pet rabbit.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't like they raised rabbits to eat them.
right.
It was her pet.
It was her pet, and they killed it. And then she cried, and then her mom was like,
what's his mother like?
"Yeah." She was like, "What
Obedience.
does mommy dislike?" And she was like, "Disobedience." No, fuck that.
ever.
That is child abuse.
It is.
100%. Yeah, that's bullshit.
So the next episode talked about shadow people.
Okay.
Most of the stories, this is funny shit. This was Brandy's first joke. So, most shadow people in all the stories that Jody told were black, like black circles or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then there was one story where it was a white circle. And Brandy's like, oh, I had this experience. Do you remember?
Yes, it's the very first joke I ever made up in my life. And I said, I just got out of the shower and I had flipped my hair over and I was drying it. And I looked up in the mirror and there was a giant white thing behind me. And I looked up, but it was just my ass. It's all good. Everything's all good. It's just my ass. Just the giant white thing behind me. I see that too. That is amazing. Oh my god.
That was good.
And that was her first joke.
That was my first joke I ever made up. Thank you very much.
Okay, so here's a fun one for both of you. This episode was your shortest amount of time for your podcast.
Okay.
How many minutes?
Oh shit. Yeah, it was like 46.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna say 46.
46, I say 49.
I was trying to cheat with you and hit you. It was 36 minutes.
36 minutes?
Yes.
Oh, we're sorry.
I did not know we had a short episode like that. That's crazy.
So now let's go the opposite.
Okay.
Minus tonight.
Okay. Yeah, because this one's gonna be a long one.
Which was the longest?
An hour and 14 minutes.
I'm gonna say an hour and 11. That was my first guess.
1 hour and 25 minutes.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that.
I did not realize that.
Cool.
That's great.
Jody, help.
What?
Help me.
What the fuck do you do to it?
I just tried to open. Oh shit. Yay, thank you.
Don't do that again.
I didn't
You're grounded.
I didn't do anything different.
Get in the corner.
Go pretend like you're one of those dolls that have their face in the wall.
So creepy.
It's super creepy,
Oh
but
my
I'll do it if
God.
you want.
No.
That was a big thing back then.
Those
With
were
the freaking-
stupidest things. Yes.
The
they
Blair
were.
Witch Project.
Oh.
Oh my God, that was.
around the same time.
I think so.
That's just not right.
If people facing in the corner is not right.
No.
No,
No.
that's not right.
Okay. Let's go to smells.
Oh no. Okay.
So, you girls talked about alien abductions. What was the smell that everybody that swore they were taken by the aliens smelled?
It was cinnamon.
Oh,
I did not know that at all.
That freaks me out. Well, that freaks me out because that is something that is. If something happens to me, that is one thing that I would remember is what I smell.
Associate it with the smell.
Yes.
I don't do that.
What do you associate with, like sounds, or is it just plain experience?
Just experience.
Because the smells, like for instance, when you had children, you smell different.
I
When
did
you
not notice that.
I noticed that you smell differently than you did before you had kids. I mean, personally.
I think I smelled the same.
Well, and then I don't know that when something happens to me, that's something I notice.
associate smells with it. I totally
Yes.
I get that, but
Yes.
that's not how I do it.
That's
I don't
because
I don't remember smells like
well, if I was abducted by aliens, I would remember what I smelled.
See, I wouldn't. I would remember just the experience.
Just
Yeah.
you wouldn't remember sounds or anything.
Probably not.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't think so. Obviously, it's never happened, so I don't know. But no.
But
I mean, things that
someone-
have happened in the past, I don't associate it with smell.
Well, someone specifically remembering smelling a cinnamon smell, that, that kind of impacts me a little bit because I would remember what I smelled and what I breathed in when this was happening.
The only thing that I associate with the smell is Janet, which is my ex-husband's mother. She's died since then, but whenever I smell a certain smell, it reminds me of her, and that's the only time it's ever happened to me.
And that's because I do think that smells associate with experiences that you have. And if I smelled specifically cinnamon, that's a very strong smell that you would recognize specifically. So if you were abducted by aliens or something like that, that's something that I think would stand out to me is the smell. And that's something kind of common in alien abductions is the smell of cinnamon. And that's weird. Like, why cinnamon? Why would you smell something so distinctive, you know, when this one thing is happening? And why would someone or a series of people associate that with the
exact
same
thing,
yes.
yeah.
And that's what, you know, stands out to me when I hear of alien abductions, is the smell of cinnamon. And that creeps me out, because that's something that I would latch onto if that happened to me, which it hasn't, but
Yeah.
if that happened to me, I would latch on to that smell, and it, you know, specifically that cinnamon smell.
Yeah. Are you in?
That's it. I'm done with my rant. I
Get used to it.
I tend to talk a lot.
She's like zoning out.
So this was, we got an email from Scott, and he was talking about, he listens to all your episodes, and that he went from week 1 all the way through.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Scott.
So this is where the doppelgangers, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, come and play. He was saying that one night he was by his granny's house, and he was sleeping at the foot of the bed, and he happened to look up in the corner of the room and seen like a spider-like object type thing, where his head turned 180 degrees and
Right.
smiled.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
And when the doppelganger, yeah, that, learned that he seen him, he jumped like behind him and ran away. Now, obviously, I just learned about these doppelgangers.
That's not a doppelganger.
Oh, that's not.
No.
A doppelganger is when you see something that looks like you, or someone else
someone you know.
sees you, and then they go into a different room or upstairs or something, and they see you again.
Okay, so guess what? I just figured out
What?
that when my notes wrong.
Oh,
Which we will have more on doppelgangers next weekend or next week, because Ashley suggested it and I looked up a bunch of shit on it.
awesome.
What it was supposed to say is that Scott sent in about sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis,
But
yes. That's
where
right.
I added to it was I didn't even know what that was. Like doppelgangers.
Okay.
That's how I mixed them up.
Okay.
So there we have it.
There goes the cat. He loves
stop it.
Oh,
He loves
are you
paper.
mixing up my stuff?
Yeah, sleep paralysis is when you're asleep and you wake up, but you can't move. And usually it's associated with like shadow people. You see,
Or
you see-
hallucinations.
Yeah.
Because you see shit that's not there.
Yeah, and you can't move.
So let me ask you this. So like when my boys were younger and they went by their dad, I was home alone. And I happened to wake up in the middle of the night and I seen this man standing over me. I remember the mustache, I remember the hat, tall guy, and it freaked me out. So I closed my eyes and I opened them back up, gone.
That sounds like sleep paralysis.
It does. Were you able to move when you woke up and saw him? Or did you even try?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay. That does sound like sleep paralysis.
It's probably like
Sounds like
it's
the Hat Man. Is that what he's called?
Fuck.
right.
Yeah, the
and,
Shadow Man that...
and it's similar to exploding head syndrome to me, because it's all when you're asleep and you wake up and you see these things or you experience these things
but
or
exploding head
noises.
syndrome is noise. It's a sound. It's not an experience.
I disagree, because a sound and a sight is all an experience. Whether
Yeah, but-
you experience it, you know, you hear.
But I think it's called exploding head syndrome because when you hear it, it's really loud.
Yeah, and
I think that's why it's called that. So
Right.
if you see something, it's different.
but it's still you experiencing things while you're still asleep, right?
Yeah, but the exploding head syndrome is noise.
Right, and then you can also see things.
I haven't heard
that
of
aren't
see
there.
things.
Well, if she saw something, some guy standing over her with a hat on specifically, you see things. It's the same experience, but a different sensation, right?
Yeah, and they're
because
called
it would
different
be-
things. I don't know what the seeing thing, except for the sleep paralysis. That's usually associated with seeing things.
Yeah.
And then there's exploding head syndrome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, they're both experiences, but they're in a different way.
sensory thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually, the Hat Man is associated with shadow people. Were you able to make out features?
I just remember the mustache, the hat, being tall. But here's the kicker to it. So a couple years ago, went and had like a reading from a medium, and he told me that I had, like, when I was depressed or down or something happened, that there was a spirit, and he almost described the same exact person that was.
That's a shadow man.
What?
That's a shadow man. That's usually when people. That's usually people that are in a vulnerable place.
That's the word.
Depression, anxiety, that kind of thing. That's usually when the shadow people come, because that's what they feed off of, I think, is what
Yeah, because you are feeling negativity
Yeah.
and things, and that attracts them.
Yeah.
But it was so weird because it was like when I woke up at that time, I swear to God there was someone over my bed.
Yeah.
And that's what you experience, because even with the exploding head syndrome, you experience that sound, whether there's anything there or not.
Yeah, exactly.
You experience that, and it's there, and you think that it's there, and it could be all in your mind.
Yeah. I mean, it could be real, or it could have been a figment of your mind.
We just don't know.
Because the thing is that you're half awake and you're half asleep.
Exactly, and that's why it's a phenomenon.
It could have been part of a dream you were having, and you started to wake up, and it kind of morphed into a half dream, half real.
And
kind of thing.
I did that, like, I think it was yesterday. I kind of was half awake, and I heard someone honking in the driveway. There was nobody there, but that's what woke me up.
As a matter of fact, I remember one where that actually, it did happen, where I was asleep and I was dreaming. In my dream, all of a sudden there were bees swarming. And then the noise bees make, that like humming,
Constant humming, yeah.
That's what I was hearing. And it kept getting louder and louder and louder. And I finally woke up. Well, the smoke alarm was going off. So that brought my dream state into
Reality.
or actually it was my reality into my
Right.
dream state, until I woke up, and they just kind of like
Morphed.
it morphed into what was really going on.
That is
but
crazy.
in my mind there was a swarm of bees.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So your mind works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, who knows?
That's fucked up.
Really, who knows?
Seriously, we won't ever know.
Yeah.
So I think with Ashley from Canada, she wrote in, and I think this was probably the most heartfelt, most saddest one. You two girls had a hard time getting through it. It was about when her father had cancer
Yes.
and passed, and the mom asked her, let your brother know what's going on, get here. And
Yeah, I remember that.
do you remember that story?
Yeah. So she had a dream where her father had pulled up. It was his truck. She recognized his truck. She couldn't get in.
Right.
And that's what I remember, is she was trying to get in, and he was like, no, you need to stay here.
And then the Billy Joel.
Yeah.
And then Billy Joel came on the radio.
Yes.
And remember when she asked her mom, did Dad like Billy Joel?
Yeah, and she was like, "Yeah, that was his song," and she associated that.
That was probably the most touching, I think, letter that came in.
Yes,
Is when she
absolutely.
talked about her dad.
Yeah, we did have a hard time with that one.
Did I end up telling the story of Janet on the podcast?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
When my ex-husband's mom, she had just retired, and her and her husband had just gotten back home from visiting her daughter in Tennessee. And on the way back, she started coughing, and she couldn't stop. So they took her to the hospital, and they immediately put her into a coma because she had I don't remember what the word was, but it was basically fibrous lungs. She couldn't get any air.
It was some sort of pneumonia, wasn't it?
Kinda, but her lungs had turned fibrous, so she couldn't breathe.
Okay.
So they had to put her in a coma and put her on a breathing machine. Well, I think as soon as they did that, she was gone. She was
Yeah.
basically gone.
Yeah.
Well, this whole, they kept her alive for a while, which she did not want. But they did, just, in the off chance that they could do something, I guess. But I remember, I think she'd been in the coma for a couple days, and I ended up having this dream, and I really think it was her visiting me and telling me, because what happened was, in the dream, I'm at my house, I'm there alone, and the doorbell rings, and I go and answer it, and it's Eric's dad. And I'm like, "Oh, you're here," because he's supposed to be at the hospital.
Right.
And then he walks in, and right behind him, where I couldn't see her, was Janet. And I'm like, "Oh, you're here." I was like, "You must be better." And she didn't say anything. She just walked in. So in my dream, in the next part, we're in the kitchen, and we're just talking, and she's sitting at the table, and she was a very boisterous person.
Absolutely.
I mean, she was the life of the party. She was
Right.
always talking, always animated.
always touching.
Yes.
I worked with her.
Yeah.
In addition to being my sister's mother-in-law, I did work with her, and I had the, wonderful experience of knowing her.
Yes. She was a very wonderful person.
She was an awesome person.
But in my dream, we're in the kitchen, and we're me and Eric's dad are just having a conversation. And all of a sudden, I pause, and I look over at her, and I was like, "You're not all right, are you?"
Oh my God.
And she just shook her head. She never said a word through the whole dream. She just shook her head. No.
And if you knew her, that's not her at all.
Exactly. That's why in my dream I'm thinking, wait a minute, something's not right here.
Yeah.
She's not saying a thing.
Yeah, that's
And
not
that's
like
when
her.
I looked at her and was like, "You're not all right, are you?" And she just shook her head no. And then I woke up. So I think that was her telling me she was gone already.
Yeah.
And she was basically saying bye.
Oh my God.
And I will never forget that. That was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
I still to this day have not told Eric about it.
And why would you? I mean, I think that was her message to you.
To me personally. Yeah.
Depressing talk is over.
We're done with that.
Well, the next episode is when you guys had your logo done.
Oh, yay.
She finished it.
Is that like what, 15?
23.
Oh.
The one thing on this episode that was weird was the cookies that he had his grandma or someone, the ashes and the cookies, and passed them out to the school.
Ooh.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah, I remember that a little bit.
That was
That was not
gross.
cool. Yeah, gross.
Not right.
No.
Okay, cut that out.
No.
No.
tell you what made me think about that when that story came out, and you guys said how he put someone's ashes in the cookies and passed them out. When my first marriage, I was only married twice, but my first marriage, I used to tell my ex-husband, when you die, I'm fucking cremating you. I'm keeping your ashes in a can next to the toilet. And every time I shit, I'm going to dip my toilet paper in ashes, wipe my ass, and fucking flush you down the toilet.
Aw, that's true love.
That's so mean.
I'm gonna wipe my ass with you one day.
He used to get so fucking mad. And his mother's like, we're Catholic. You can't cremate. I'm like, it's fine.
It'd be all right. It'd be all right. That's all you have to say in life is it's all right. Just make everyone think it's all right.
So this one episode, what really hit me was about the daughter calling the mom while being attacked by a bear. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
It
She
was
was being attacked by a bear, but her mom couldn't do anything because she wasn't there.
she kept calling and saying, "Mommy, the bear's eating me.
Yeah.
I feel no more pain."
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't remember that at all.
God, I just remember that feeling of thinking,
That's
what if that
horrible.
happened to you? What would you? Oh my gosh, I can't even think
That's
about
horrible.
it. No, that's horrible.
No.
At first, I'm like, "There's no way that possibly happened," and I did Google it, and it was there.
Really?
I mean, they showed the story, and what was happening was that she was actually, her dad got killed first, and she was running.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
It was like, I can't even imagine that episode. I don't know why that just stuck out so much.
Yeah. I don't
Because it's
remember
that thing of where you're a mother, so your instinct is to protect your child, and when your child calls you on the phone and there's something wrong, that's your biggest fear of not being
Absolutely,
able
that's-
to help your child.
Yeah.
You know,
over
she
the
was-
phone, you can't
Over
do
the phone,
shit.
She was so far away that she couldn't. There was nothing she could do.
Oh my god.
That's a mother's worst nightmare.
Absolutely.
It's horrible.
Well, to change the mode, I have to say this episode was the best. It was about Nevada. Nevada, or what was the Spanish term?
Huh?
I don't know.
Nevada.
Nevada.
You guys on this episode were hysterical with that.
I don't remember that.
We drink a lot.
I don't remember that one.
Oh.
When you say it that way, it kind of sounds familiar,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah, same. I'm not sure.
So that would be episode 32, I believe, is what I have written. But you guys were talking about Nevada, and then she kept trying to say Nevada, and then you started, and you two were hysterical.
Nevada.
I don't remember.
Now you can't do it the same.
Nevada. Nevada.
All right. This one you have to remember, Grover. Do you remember when he got busted for the F-bomb?
Oh my god, I remember that. It was I was playing the clips of Grover.
Oh, yeah. And he says, fucking something.
Yes.
It's a fucking great idea.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can hear it. You can.
Yes, it's so apparent. But when you re-listen to it, you can see where they say, he says something like, that's a great idea, or something like that. But
That's not how it
no, it comes out as that's a fucking great idea, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's funny.
In another episode, we learned Jody's favorite license plates that she would love to have.
Oh, I hate people.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. That's not me at all.
So there was an episode where you guys got your first fan gift. Fan, whatever. How
That
you say
was
it.
from you.
Yeah, it was from me.
It was from you.
It's that time of the night for some more gifts. So Jody, hold this, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, sorry. I wanted to get something special for you guys, but unfortunately I ordered it too late, so it could not be here. So I had to print out a picture instead.
Okay.
Okay. So your first gift is gonna be your very own mouse pad.
Right on. That's cool.
Yay.
And then there's one more. So you can put it wherever you want. It's gonna be a frame magnet for wherever you want to put it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yay. Thank you.
Huh?
It would just be like a magnet for your car or anywhere.
No, like for your fridge, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so
Awesome.
Yay. Thank you. That's awesome.
I love presents.
Yeah.
So there was an episode you hated memes. Do you remember that? You're like, what the fuck is all this feeling cute meme?
Oh my God. Yeah,
yes.
I remember that.
I never seen that before.
You never saw it? It was all over Facebook.
For like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It was like feeling cute.
Okay,
I gotta do this thing.
I have a Ghouls Night Out meme. It says, Brandy saying, feeling cute. And what's Jody saying?
I don't do math.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
Oh my God. This was probably one of the funniest things is you guys were talking about stories from doctors. And this one guy is sitting there and the doctor comes in and says, how you doing? I'm doing good, but this jelly is really crappy. And the doctor's like, the jelly's really crappy. He's like, yeah. He's like, let me see the jelly. It was KY jelly.
Oh no.
There was that episode where it was a lineman. Do you remember what a lineman is?
That was a made up word, wasn't it? That Brandy made up?
Yes, and then you came up with a good definition. What's a lineman?
A mix between a lime and a lemon?
Very good.
Oh, thanks.
So in this episode, Brandy decided to change the way you did the podcast as far as opening.
Okay.
And that's when you started with the embarrassing moments.
Okay.
I love that, don't you?
Yes. They were great. But like everything else, you know, the stories run out. And that's why we
Yeah.
need people to email us.
That's right. I do have a hard time finding things for the beginning of the episodes. So it would help if you would email in your embarrassing moments
Please.
at ghoulsnightoutpodcast@gmail.com. That would be helpful.
And that brings me to my embarrassing moment.
I've been waiting a long time to hear this
Oh.
story.
If I can share this, trust me, everybody can write in. So it was the mom's weekend. So I went to Chicago and my son and his fiance took me and her mother out for dinner. We go
Okay.
downtown to a nice restaurant. We're eating dinner and he's like, let's order dessert. I ordered key lime pie. I'm like, I don't know, this ain't something too good. He's like, all right, come on, we gotta go. I said, oh, I can't go yet. He's like, what do you mean? I said, let's just sit here. He's like, no, let's go. I go, no, you don't understand. I can feel my stomach rumbling.
Uh-huh.
I said, all that sugar. He's like, come on. What do they call it when you have to pay for something?
The boo? I'm confused.
Where you park your car?
Oh, valet.
So we finished dessert, and he wants to leave, and I'm like, no, I gotta wait. And he's like, no, you don't understand. The valet's running out. We gotta go now. I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea. It's like, Ma, let's go. You'll be fine. We're not that far. We get in the car. I'm driving because I'm not drinking. Surprise. But so we're driving, and I'm like, oh my god, my stomach. He's like, Ma, you'll be fine. We're almost home. So we're driving. I'm like, I think I should get off this exit. He's like, no, we're almost home. I'm like, holy fuck. Holy fuck, it's coming. I'm like, I got shit. He's like, oh no, you don't. I go, oh my god, I gotta go. And I see this exit, and I fucking go past 2 lanes of traffic. My future daughter-in-law and her mother sitting in the back seat. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm gonna shit my pants. And I'm crying. I'm like, oh my god, it's coming. Oh my god. He's like, you'll be fine. I almost in the car.
Oh my god.
All of a sudden, I'm like, he's like, no, we're almost home. I said, okay, we're gonna go. I get through the light when I'm driving. I'm like, how much further? And I'm like, dying. So we're driving, and I'm in pain. I'm in tears. And I'm like, oh my god, it's coming. Oh my god, it's coming. And I'm screaming, it's coming. My son's looking at me, he's like, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. I'm like, oh my god, it's too late. It's shit my pants. He's holding out the window. He's going, I can't believe he fucking did. Oh my god. And here's my future daughter-in-law and her mother in the back seat. We get to her house. I can't even get out of the seat. I'm trying to walk and it's falling. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck am I going to do? So, if that don't get the most embarrassing moments.
Oh my god.
If we would have got pulled over by the cops, oh my god.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, it is the worst.
And there we go, back to the poop story.
Yep. Everything comes back to shit.
Oh, here was one. Gypsy Rose. Mm-hmm. Do you know she's engaged?
Is she really?
Yeah. She won't disclose who it is, but they have been pen pals for quite a while, and they're recently engaged.
Huh. I still need to watch that. Is it a Netflix show about her?
I think it's HBO.
Oh, is it HBO?
And yeah, it's Mommy Dead and Dearest.
Yeah.
Watch it. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's the same person that she's engaged to now that she was talking to when all this happened. Because I mean, that was the last documentary that I watched about her. But if she is interested in someone else, then it has to be something after she was imprisoned. But again, she is thriving in prison, which is extremely sad because that is the only time that she felt free, was in prison.
Isn't that horrible?
It is. It's absolutely horrible.
So, question. Do bees have knees?
Bees do have knees.
I don't think they do.
Bees do have knees.
Oh my gosh!
It's the bee's knees.
It says it's a really good question, and the fact they do bees do have segmented legs, considering of parts called a coax. Yeah, we're not doing this. But they do have knees.
Well, I'll be damned.
It's the bee's knees.
Alrighty. They were serious.
And this I had to take a picture of. The lady who took dead flies and took their legs as eyelashes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Same episode
Ew,
where
Have you guys
someone
seen
made lipstick out of bugs.
Oh,
We started talking about the legs moving on.
did you guys see it's the fro eyelashes?
No.
They look like pubes
Ew.
on your
Or
eyelashes.
like on your windshield wiper or something.
It's like fro eyelashes.
She did a segment on a girl who shaved and put her pube hairs out the window.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
That was bad. That was
No,
really bad.
no, these are like eyelash extensions, but they look like pubes.
Why would someone
They're-
want to put that on their
It's
face?
like a jerry curl on your
That's
eyelashes.
gross. That's gross.
It's not good.
Not a good look, people.
It's really bad. But people do it.
People will do anything. Remember the story about the people that wanted to eat the juice out of the sarcophagus?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. The sarcophagus. And people thought it was like healing
Yes.
shit. No.
You know-
It's human
Whenever we-
juice.
Whenever we talk about that, the picture in my head is a tomb
No.
with people with straws.
No. No. That's disgusting. No, that's gross.
That's just people.
Nope.
See, that's why we say it so much, because people are dumb,
Ew.
stupid.
Ew, people.
Not any of our listeners, though, of course.
No, we love you. Email us.
Wouldn't do that.
No.
It goes night out podcast
You don't-
at gmail.com. Well, I think I'm done.
Is that all you got?
Well, no, but we can go on for hours, but we know we don't have that time.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening. We're at over 2 hours, so I got plenty to edit.
It's an anniversary edition.
Anniversary edition, and thank you so much for listening. Email us, ghouls@gmail.com. I know we've said it several times this episode. You can look us up on Facebook. You can review, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. And we will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.